right, Cheryl, thanks. We barely made it through Thanksgiving and the holiday rush is already heating up. You've got gifts to buy, decorations to put up, cards to get in the mail.
Not to mention the office parties and family get-togethers. So, can you celebrate the holidays without stressing out? Fox Medical Team's Beth Galvin is here with some answers. Okay, Beth, give it to us.
Good morning, Mark and Gavir. Well, for me, I don't know about you, but for me, this is like the best time of the year. But it's also the craziest time of the year because all you have to do is think about, well, all you have to do, and you start getting nervous. So we asked stress expert Dr. Kathleen Hall for a little help. Her secret? Start planning.
Katie, did you finish your list?
Annie Valenti and her family love this time of year, but with the tree to decorate, the stockings to put up, and all they have to do, things get a little crazy.
Because you still have to do everything you do regularly throughout the year, and you have to do the Christmas stuff on top. So it's a lot of planning, a lot of lists in my head.
The first thing most people do is get flooded. They go, oh my gosh.
The nationally known stress expert and psychologist Dr. Kathleen Hall says with a little planning, you can cut out a lot of stress from your life this time of year. She says first sit down with your family and decide how, where, and with whom you want to spend your holidays and what's important to you.
What's the theme of this holiday season? I think that's the first thing. Is it going to be gratitude? Is it going to be forgiveness? Is it going to be helping others?
Money is a big issue this year, and about 75% of us overspend during the holidays. So Hall recommends planning out with your family what gifts you're going to buy, how much you're going to spend, and even what days you're going to shop. Annie Valenti says it's easy to get overextended.
And every school and every event has to have a party for everything. So it's hectic, it's nonstop, and we always feel like there's no time to stop. You go to bed at 2 a.m. and you get up at 5 and you do it all over again.
And the holidays can be especially tough if you've lost or become estranged from someone important in your life. So Hall says acknowledge you may feel sad and find something like a song or a prayer or a ritual that will help calm you.
That when you get tremendously sad, that you can come back to yourself and find a place of serenity. You may need to cry. You probably will.
And the Valentis say when they feel overwhelmed,
sometimes you got to take a moment to focus on how fun and how exciting it is to celebrate it just as a family.
And Kathleen Hall says you're going to be burning the candle at both ends over the next 5 weeks. So it's really important to start taking care of yourself. And that means trying not to overdo it on the alcohol and the caffeine and all the sugary sweets, because all of those things can increase your body's response to stress and make it harder to cope.
Excuse me, I like the hustle and bustle, but how do you avoid totally overextending yourself?
I think you learn to say no and set a few limits going into this and try not to do everything and, all the stuff that you want to do at Christmas time. Maybe set some priorities. We want to do this, we want to do this, we want to do this, and stick to those.
Yeah, the source of a lot of folks' stress comes from within, the family.
Yes.
How do you deal with the family during the holidays?
Well, Kathleen Hall says you just kind of have to anticipate, and if you have an estrangement or, a difficulty, to acknowledge that and to kind of go in with it. You can't control what everybody else is going to do under the roof, but what you can control is your response to them. So maybe you say, you know what, this year I'm not going to get to it with Uncle Bob. I'm just going to take a breath and go out of the of the room when he starts ranting. Maybe go into it with a plan of how you're going to handle it.
Everybody's got an Uncle Bob in their family, don't they? Hey, you know what? You talked about financial stress, and especially this year.
Yes.
That's really tough for a lot of people. How do you explain, especially when you have little ones, that, Christmas is going to be a little bit smaller this year?
I think you just try to put the emphasis on, what Christmas is about? Christmas is about family. Christmas is about ritual and all the fun stuff that we're going to do together as a family. The kids remember that. They don't remember whether they got a Game Boy or, some kind of electronic gadget. They remember whether you sat down and spent time with them. One thing you really might be a great idea is adopt another family that's in need right now. We hear so much about the need. Maybe bring dinner to another family. Buy gifts for another family. Make it not about yourself, but about the community.
Yeah. That teaches the kids, about giving, which is what it's all about, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Beth.